This time in Ghana, when Ibrahim Traore visited John Mahama's during his inauguration, it really showed a lot of things. And personally, I love Ibrahim Traore with passion. Okay, I love Ibrahim Traore more than my president. I love Ibrahim Traore more than even my country. Okay, sincerely speaking, I love Ibrahim Traore more than Kenya because I know, sometimes you may think and you may be asking yourself, what's the reason as to why I'm saying this? But I'm saying this because the country of Kenya right now is in a very bad state, and many African countries are in a very bad state as we are talking right now. But, you know, I believe and I feel like the only person who can save the country of Kenya is Ibrahim Traore, because Ibrahim Traore is about saving Africa. He is on the wages of saving Africa and the motherland in particular. Not only Burkina Faso, not only Mali, not only Niger, not only Ghana, and not only West Africa. It is not only the countries that are in Sahel, but many other countries in Africa. Probably Africa, all Africa in particular, because in everything he says and in everything he speaks, he talks about Africa. Okay, he doesn't talk much about Burkina Faso as a country, but he talks about the motherland or the homeland. Okay, so he is actually including all the African countries in his visions, in his plans, and in his strategies. That is what he is doing, and therefore, when he came to Ghana, he gave out a very good and a very wonderful message. And so the reason, because I have a personal love and a special love for the Captain Ibrahim Traore, the King of Africa, that is why all the times I keep on listening to his messages. Even if I can listen to our single message for 20 times or rather for 100 times. I feel good watching them and listening to them time and again. And when I listened to this statement that he gave in Ghana, uh, I think it was an NDM when he was in Ghana when he was talking. I felt like Ibrahim Traore is a man who has a vision for Africa, and I gave him a name, a vision bearer, an African vision bearer, because he is a man who has a vision for Africa, a vision for Africa. Okay, he has a vision. He knows he is the appropriate man who knows the state of Africa and who knows the vision of Africa. Okay, if we are asked now to choose someone who will take Africa to another level, or rather who is going to take Africa to another step, or rather who is going to drive Africa to its destiny, we will choose Ibrahim Traore, because the way he speaks and how he articulates his things, the way he is planning his things, the strategies he has, how he speaks, and the faith he has upon the land of Africa, it makes us believe that Ibrahim Traore is the vision bearer of Africa, because he speaks about Burkina Faso, he speaks about Niger, he speaks about Mali, he speaks about Ghana, he speaks about West Africa, he speaks about Northern Africa, he speaks about Southern Africa, he speaks about Central Africa, he speaks about Africa in particular. This is a man, he is a leader who understands the state of Africa, and he's a man who knows that this is what I want. He's a man who understands that in the next 10 years or in the next 20 years, this is how I want Africa to look like, not Burkina Faso. Not in the next 10 years, this is how I want Burkina Faso to look like. No. He's a man who says and he understands that in the next 10 to 20 years, this is how I want Africa to look like. And that is why he is focused on all motherland, Africa as a whole, in particular, as a whole, not Burkina Faso alone, not Sahel region alone. Okay? And therefore, I want you to take your time and listen to this message again. And you'll see how he is speaking, the way he is putting his words and his strategies, the way his wants, okay? The wants that he wants for Africa. The way he says, I want this to happen, I want this to happen, I want this to happen. When you listen clearly and have an inner mind, inner thinking, okay, inner vision, you will understand this man carries the vision of Africa, and we can give him the flag bearer of Africa to take us to our destiny. That is why we call him African King. That's why we call him the Savior. That's why we call him the beacon of hope. That's why we call him we have given him so many good names, so many, because we understand he is a man to watch. He is the lion. And all the time they say, if Africa would have been a jungle, then Ibrahim Traore would be the king of the jungle. Okay? He would be the lion, because the lion is the king of the jungle. So Ibrahim Traore is the king of Africa. If Africa would have been a jungle, then Ibrahim Traore would have been the lion. All the time they say that. Now let's take time and listen to this message very keenly and very clearly, and you will understand this is a man who has the vision, who is carrying the vision of Africa, and we have to support him with everything we has, with our lives, with our resources, and every possible thing we can be able to get or to put our hands on, to touch our hands on it. Without further ado, let's get to the message.
I would like to wish you a happy new year. May God grant you a healthy life. May God make all your businesses successful. May you be prosperous. May there be union and love in your respective families and among yourselves. May God protect you throughout this year 2025 and help you realize your dreams. I would also like to pay tribute to our valiant fighting forces who fight with their bodies and souls, as you can see, so that our Burkina Faso remains standing. It is a noble job. The men are integral. Every time they go into battle, they know that some will stay, but duty calls them. This is the job of the army. We are often nostalgic, but those who have the chance today to defend Burkina Faso, we must encourage and applaud them. When they leave, we will not cry for them, but we will pity them on our fate. If we cry for them, we must avenge them. Pay tribute to them as much as you can, because it does not allow anyone to get out of their homes and face danger, knowing that they may not return in the evening. But this is what they do every day. They swore to defend our dear homeland until the ultimate sacrifice, and the fighting forces keep their bet. Today, more than ever, our armed forces go wherever they want. At the moment I am speaking to you, there are several operations through several groups, and we are inflicting colossal losses on the enemy and gradually pushing them out of Burkina Faso. We will win this battle, this war, and we will overcome imperialism, which has activated terrorism in our region, to bring us back to these colonial times, to keep us under their control, to exploit us until the end of time. Africa is waking up, and no one will be able to close the eyes of Africans on our realities. No one will be able to come and divide us, to impose what they want on us. We have done everything to be here today, to speak to you, but also to come and wish President John Mahama a good change. We wish him a good change because there are many challenges await him. And I hope that you can accompany your brothers here. Pan-Africanism is a rather complex battle, but you, the people, it is quite easy for you to lead this Pan-Africanism well, because the people must love each other, the people must support each other. The problem of Pan-Africanism is very often between us, the leaders, but we will put everything in place so that the leaders can go in the direction of their people, because the people are already integrated. They are Pan-African. If today Ghana decided to bring President John Mahama to the head of the country, it is a strong message. And I wish that you, Burkinabe living in Ghana, you can accompany President John Mahama. The task will be difficult. There will certainly be challenges on the security level, on the economic level. I wish that you can accompany the forces of defense and security in Ghana much as you can, both on the intelligence level and on the economic level, as much as you can. Support them as if you were supporting the Burkinabe armed forces. I am telling you something. The challenges can be very numerous. In no case should you lose hope. You must accompany them and help them on all levels. A nation does not survive as long as it does not have a strong army. This is why I reiterate to you again to support the forces of defense and security in Ghana. They are the only ones who can help the country to climb the economic ladder and to flourish. Then I urge you to love the people here, to live in perfect symbiosis, in perfect harmony, as you are already doing very well. As I said, the peoples are already integrated. The problem is at the level of the leaders. Continue in this direction. Support your brothers in Ghana. Support them as much as you can. And above all, show this integrity. A country of integral men, you must be models. The Burkinabe must not create a problem. The Burkinabe must be a solution. You have always known how to behave well through all your leaders present here. And I wish that this dynamic continues and that you can accompany the new president in his enormous task to revive the country's economy and above all, to defend this country. We will work together to strengthen cooperation between Burkina and Ghana, and also between the AES and Ghana, because we have many challenges together and we have always been able to overcome them. The arrival of the new president must be a moment for us to warm up these relations and bring them to the highest level. In the coming days, we will be able to see what can be done for the benefit of the Burkinabe, both internally and here. The concerns raised by the representative are current concerns. And I think that the Foreign Affairs Ministry is working to be able to reorganize the diaspora so that we can solve these problems as easily as possible. This is why the councils have been established. And the administrative documents and other documents that you need to express your nationality are being modernized if you follow the news. We used to have documents, but it wasn't secure enough. Today, we are in a dynamic of securing all identity documents in the country, but also in space, in the U.S., and harmonizing them. That's why it takes a little time. But in January, normally, a meeting must take place with experts to clarify this issue of identity documents. And we hope that by then, you will be able to have your nationality as it should be, Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is committed to a path that you know, a difficult path, perhaps, full of obstacles. But be sure you should never lose hope. You should never be afraid. You should never doubt, just for a moment. From where you are, we hear your support, we feel it. And everyone on the ground, and the population in the country, feels the support of the diaspora. And we are happy to be able to continue in this direction, to motivate your brothers inside, and that we can together restore Burkina Faso. We have a dream, and this dream will be a reality in a very near future. Terrorism will end. We will develop our country. We will develop our industries and make it easier for you, investors, to come and invest in the country in secure conditions and in economic facilities that you want. We have not forgotten this during the last phase of the Forum of the Diaspora. We are therefore trying to see everything that can be gathered to allow you to come and invest easily for the benefit of your brothers. Because we are an importer country, and we keep saying it. Today, the dynamic is to be able to transform our society. You have the chance to be in Ghana, Ghana is an ingenious country, and I think that a lot of technology can be transferred from here to the country. So we are waiting for you. As for us there, we are developing to bring young people back to production, especially agricultural production, and to transformation. Because we cannot imagine that in this 21st century, we will continue to import almost all of our food from abroad. While we have a huge potential, we have land. This year, we experienced the portion that was secured. We are satisfied with the results. This means that next year, if God pleases, we will continue to provide our support to the peasant world, but especially to young agricultural entrepreneurs who want to get into production and encourage these industries of transformation. Burkina Faso will shine. Burkina Faso will be great. Our dream will come true if God pleases. And I encourage you to stay united. United among yourselves and united with those who have welcomed you here. Be united with your African brothers. We are reactivating the Institute of Black Peoples because Africa has the same history. We are treated in the same way by imperialists. There is no reason that we are not united and that we block imperialism. Stay united, and show your Burkina Faso wherever you are. Thank you very much. I would like to ask a few questions. We pray to God that everyone can return to peace, as well as we did where we came from. And above all, thank you to all the leaders here for the mobilization, for the effort of union that you make between Burkina Faso and here. We are very grateful to you, and thank you for the effort that is made so that the young people that we are stay attached to our culture. This is the only thing that if we lose it, we lose our identity. This is why we have established a day specially dedicated to our roots. Continue from where you are to teach the youth to always be attached to their culture and never lose sight of it. Thank you to everyone. May God accompany you in all your works. May God protect you throughout the year. And may God bring you back everyone safe and sound from where you came from. La patrie ou la mort. Thank
You have listened to Ibrahim Traore. I just wanted you to take your time and listen to Ibrahim Traore today on this message. I find it like, okay, it's not the only message that I find it so strong. Everything that Ibrahim Traore says is very strong and it's very magnificent. I find every word, every single word that comes from the mouth of Ibrahim Traore, it is very magnificent. It is very super. It is wonderful. It's super cute. Anything he says, I find it like sometimes I've had many fans here in our platform. Here in African Streamline, when they comment, they're saying, anytime Ibrahim Traore speaks, I feel like crying. They feel like crying. Like when they hear him speaking, when they listen to him speaking, they feel like crying. Myself here, anytime Ibrahim Traore speaks, sometimes I feel like crying because this is a hope, a beacon of hope. This is someone who has brought hope to Africans. He has brought hope to people who thought now there is no more hope in our lives, that there is no more hope in Africa. He has brought that hope. We are holding our hands onto that hope. And we thank him so much. We know that he is going to deliver Africa from the hands of the devil, from the hands of the oppressors, from the hands of the Westerners, from the hands of the imperialists. And we are praying for him. May God elevate him. May God strengthen him. May God give him more strength. May God give him more breath. May God give him more ears so that he can be able also to live and see the achievements and the greatness that he will have attracted to the homeland, to the land of Africa. All praises to Ibrahim Traore, the man to watch, the man to see, the king of Africa, the king of kings here in Africa. We see him as our savior. We see him as a man who has come to deliver Africa. He's a man who has been sent by God. He is a God sent. Okay, he is a man who has been sent by God to come and deliver Africa from the hands of the oppressors, okay, from captivity, because we are captivated by the Western powers and we are finding it so difficult because even some other leaders of Africa have been also captivated and they're selling us every day. But today we have Ibrahim Traore who has come to save Africa, and all thanks to Ibrahim Traore. And I want you to take your time and salute Ibrahim Traore because he is a great man, the greatest of all times. He is the GOAT. the greatest of all time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming to African Streamline. You are the best people I have ever seen. You are the best people I have ever come across. The way you're when I look at your comments, I give every comment a congratulation, because I feel so happy, and I feel so good whenever I see you guys commenting, because your comments are very encouraging. Your comments are very encouraging. Your comments shows that you love Ibrahim Traore so much, and may God bless you. Keep on tuning in as more videos are coming in. You are the people that I really appreciate so much. As I tell you every day, African Streamline is your platform. When you find yourself on African Streamline, just know and feel you are at home. Africa is home. Africa ni nyumbani, and everything that concerns Africa concerns me and you as Black people, as Africans from diaspora, from Caribbean, and from Africa in in particular. I love you so much. All right, adios, guys.